How do you manage the businesses from like an operational or financial reporting standpoint, right? So you've got all these businesses. I can only imagine kind of the day to day of some of the people who work with you, what they have to go through, because there's individual companies that I'm an investor in that they struggle to figure out, what is the revenue in Stripe?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Where did that money go? Which bank account? Just
Yeah.
the complexity of one business now multiplied by 400. What have you learned there? Or are there certain systems or processes that you all have put in place that have really been helpful that other people could learn from?
Yeah. So I find that with every new startup, with every new company, there's a bunch of decisions that have to be met if you're going to achieve success. For example, what is the culture? How are we going to tackle accounting? And I think, by the way, those two out the gate are really important. Some other ones are, what is our system for accountability? Are we using critical drivers and KPIs? And so, when someone is a brand new business operator, they don't understand these things. They're literally, I'm throwing out money, I'm hiring you to do stuff, and then we're going to figure things out. But after you've actually optimized a business to the point where you know how to get it to make money and you're manipulating things to impact margin, expenses, et cetera, you finally figure out how to actually run business well. So when we start a company, I never say, hey, let's start from scratch again and see if we can figure out culture and systems and CRMs and management tools. I'm like, no, when we start a company, you are going to inherit our entire system. So for example, my CFO, his name's Tim Weeks. He owns a company called Company Vitals, and they do fractional CFOing for companies. And when I started with them years ago, it was for a handful of my companies. Now they provide 19 fractional CFOs for all of my organizations. Well, what that means is our weekly reporting is the same. Our monthly financials are always prepared at the same time so that our CEOs and directors can review them. Our quarterly reports all look the same, and everything is on the same system. There's people that look at me like, wow, Kris, you're like that real estate guy that knows how to make, snap your fingers, make money in deals. And I'm like, actually, I'm the scale guy, which is if I have to repeat anything one time, then it's worth building a system around so that I never have to ever repeat ever again. I don't want to like to repeat what I say. I don't like to repeat words. Everything that is manual should find a way to achieve some level of automation. So in business, we basically adopt our systems for automation.
When you're doing this, there's a lot of other companies that reach very large scale that have a bunch of different philosophies. One of them I'm thinking about is the Coke Industries business, one of the first or second largest private companies in America. They have this whole philosophy of good profit. And the idea is they want to pursue profit that is done not through regulatory capture or kind of government credits or anything like that. They want to pursue profit that is captured by competing in the free market, and you only can do that by actually solving customer problems. Is there some phrase or some way that you talk about your business philosophy that people can kind of take away and say, okay, when I think of Kris, this is the business philosophy that he's used to build these 400 companies?
Yeah, I think there's actually two. We live in a world where enlightened capitalism is really being diminished. And it's been replaced with a selfish version of capitalism. Hey, my intention is to create this company. Yeah, create value in the world. And then I'm going to have this exit. And I'm going to make a grundle of money. And where that's selfish is that the core focus is not on your just cause. Simon Sinek wrote a great book called The Infinite Game. And he talks about this enlightened capitalism where a company has to be driven. If you die, who's going to pick up the baton and continue the mission forward? Profits is not a mission. Profits is a goal. Eli Goldenrod wrote my favorite business book called The Goal. And basically the goal is your profits and your margin. And if you don't learn how to do that well, then you don't get to stay in business very long. So on the one hand, one of the missions has to be, yes, we have to generate appropriate margin profits for the success of the business, or else we don't have sustainability. But that has to be balanced with your mission. What is your just cause? What cause is powerful enough that people want to work for you? Because people don't want to work for you like, wow, you guys are really profitable. You're stable. Sounds like a great company. You're going to attract professionals that are basically looking for stability and financial opportunity. And I just think that's weak. I think there needs to be a balance of who are you and what are you about? What is your cause? And is it inspiring enough to take people's breath away? Does it cause them want to be with you? For example, I own an event center in Utah. And 5-6 times a year, people come in from mostly around the country. and they'll enjoy a 4-day fully immersive event where they experience powerful financial training on real estate and private equity and everything that multimillionaires and billionaires are doing. And then I combine it with really, really powerful mindset training. And this stuff, I mean, we get crazy. We're doing glass walks, fire walks. We're challenging our limiting beliefs. It's a space of incredible vulnerability. It's terrifying at first, but all of these exercises I put people through force them to make a choice. Either you are or you're not about the personal development thing. Because what I'm doing is I'm attracting a culture of growth and find people that are so committed to their personal growth in life. And that's who I want in my companies. So that is a place where we display a part of our just cause, which is pouring into people. Literally, I want to promote everyone in my company. And if you're not an A player and you don't seek promotion, I don't want you on my team. Literally, I want you, if you're making $50,000 a year now, I'm asking you, how do we get you to 100K? How do we get you to serious six figures? Why? Because if you're an entrepreneur, you got to work with the founder and the owners of the company who want to pour into you, that will want to pay you for adding more value on this planet, so that you can save enough meaningful money to be a professional investor and say, hey, for my career, I'm a crazy successful entrepreneur and I have enough financial success on the outside that either way, I get my millions of dollars and I'm not relying just on a single sole source of income. Well, in my crowd, that's really exciting. And I don't just say it, I mean it. I invest in them. I give them access to my investing tools for free when they're a member of my team. And so I've got people that work for me that are being encouraged, have businesses on the side. And it means that from time to time, I lose really good people, but I would rather lose people to a better opportunity of them doing what they're meant to do with their life than just trying to control people. And most corporations don't get that today. They're losing people because their cause isn't just, it's not worthy. People are feeling disconnected. The mental health crisis is so out of whack, and companies don't know how to treat their people in a way where, man, they think they had a hard time adjusting to millennials. Just wait, Gen Z is coming up. 94% of them want entrepreneurship, which means if they get hired to work in your company, if you can't create a fun, stimulating, exciting opportunity of growth, they're out. And so corporations, I think they're in really big trouble because the shift that's coming is so much bigger in tidal wave size than, the millennial shift that we've had over the last decade.